Okay, so again, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. So today we will be discussing all about degenerative disease. So again, so this will be part of your final term natin or sa final period na po siya kasama. So when we say degenerative disease, so papasok po dyan yung mga sakit na Parkinson's disease, we have your multiple sclerosis, and your myasthenia gravis. So yan po yung mga under ng ating degenerative diseases. So when we say degenerative disease, ano nga ba yung meron sa degenerative disease? Sabi natin, it is a disease in which the function or the structure of the affected tissue or organ changes for the worse over time. So ibig sabihin, yung isang tissue or isang organ ng tao is nasisira yung function niya habang tumatanda siya o habang tumatagal. Diba? So, yun yung tinatawag natin na degenerative disease. While neurodegenerative disorder naman are chronic conditions that damages and destroy parts of your nervous system over the time. So, ibig sabihin, pag neurodegenerative, sabihin yung neuromuscular or yung mismong nervous system yung affected. Diba? Which is, diba sabi natin, yung nervous system, diyan dumadaan yung signal, diyan nagre-relay ng message para kung paano tayo kumikilos, diyan tayo nakakaramdam. So, ibig sabihin, yan po yung affected kapag neurodegenerative disease ang pinag-uusapan natin. Okay? So, our first disease that we'll be talking about is what we call Parkinson's disease. So, Parkinson's disease, sabi dito, it is a progressive neurodegenerative disorder that primarily affects the motor function. So, ibig sabihin, ibig sabihin, yung motor function or movement ng tao ang apektado when it comes to Parkinson's disease. Diba? So, ano yung maaapektuhan? Sabi natin, ang naaapektuhan dito is yung mga neurons dun sa substantia nigra. Sabi, it's characterized by the generation of dopaminergic neurons in the substantia nigra, a part of the brain involved in the movement regulation. Ibig sabihin, dun sa part ng brain na yan, diyan nire-regulate mismo or kung paano tayo nagkakaroon ng fine motor movements. Paano natin nakokontrol? Halimbawa, paggalaw ng kamay natin, pag close open ng kamay, pagtaas baba ng kamay natin, paglakad natin. So, diyan po nare-regulate yan. So, in Parkinson's disease, that's the one it's being affected o yan yung nasisira. That's why yung mga manifestations na makikita sa Parkinson's disease is may kinalaman sa motor function. Okay? So, ano nga ba yung mga causes niyan? Sabi natin, it could cause due to, pwedeng genetics. When we say genetics, pwedeng nakukuha yan na mamana. So, around 5 to 10% kapag meron sa family niyan, so you have 5 to 10% chance na magkakaroon ka din yan. Or sometimes, environmental factors. Ano naman yung mga environmental factors? Due to exposure to pesticides, herbicides, diba? Heavy metal, rural living or well water, head trauma or infection. Ibig sabihin, because of these environmental factors, yung mismong brain ni patient is naapektuhan. That's why yung mismo motor function niya is affected din. Okay? And pa daw, pwede rin due to age, age-related factors dahil sa katandaan. 'Di ba? Kasi as you grow older or as we grow older, yung ating mga cells, ating mga tissue, 'di ba? Nagde-degenerate din po yung functions niyan. And sometimes, pwede po yun yung nagkukos. That's why person is nagkakaroon ng Parkinson's disease. Okay, ano pa daw? Loss of cellular proteotasis or Lewy bodies, accumulated damage, misfold proteins, or dun sa mismo mga nuclei ng ating cells, yun yung nasisira din sa kanya. Okay? Gender and depression. So, pwede rin po yan. Diba? Kasi nga, yung mismong pagsasend ng signal is affected. Okay? So, ano nga makikita natin na manifestation kay patient na merong Parkinson's disease? So, sabi natin, meron tayong tinatawag na motor symptoms. So, para matandaan yung motor symptoms na yan, we have your mnemonics na TRAP. TRAP as in T for tremor, R for rigidity, A for akinesia, and P for postural instability. Okay? Ano daw yun? Sabi natin, tremor. There is involuntary movement. So, parang nanginginig yung pasyente. So, ito yung hallmark for Parkinson's disease natin. Ibig sabihin, meron siyang involuntary movement si patient. O, di ba? Halimbawa, hinawakan mo, nirelax mo yung kamay niya, nagmumove pa din siya. Di ba? Or, pwede rin na, parang pumipitik-pitik yung kamay niyong pasyente. Yan, so, yun po yung mga nakita natin. Or, rigidity. Di ba? Ano daw yun? Cogwheel rigidity when moving the limb. So, parang naninigas. Di ba? Yung parang bigla na lang pumipitik yung braso ng pasyente natin. Okay, kasama din dyan yung pill rolling, yung para siyang may hawak na tawag to, na tableta, tapos biniro-roll niya. Okay, and pa daw, akinesia and bradykinesia. So, ano pinagkaiba ng dalawa? So, this is the slowness or difficulty initiating voluntary movements. So, ibig sabihin, parang nai-stack up yung pasyente. Pag sinabi natin akinesia, absence of muscle movement without, ano daw yon, associated with the muscle weak. Sabi sabihin, hindi yung muscle yung mahina, pero yung control, yun yung problema. Okay? Bradykinesia naman is slow muscle movement not associated naman with muscle weakness. So, ibig sabihin, mabagal naman yung muscle movement pag bradykinesia. Pag akinesia, no muscle movement ang nangyayari sa kanya. Diba? Kaya steady gait yung pasyente na ganyan. Diba daw? Postural instability. So, impaired balance and coordination. Kaya kung makita niyo yung pasyente niya yan, para siya nakahukot, tapos hirap siyang mag-balance, hirap siyang tumayo. Yan yung nangyayari kay patient. So, ito po yung mga nakikita kay patient. Diba? So, atypical. Diba? Ano pa daw? Yung mukha din niya, yan na may mass facial expression. Diba? Yung trunk niya naka-forward, pero parang nakayuko naman yung pasyente. Diba? So, flex yung elbows, kasi ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina yan. Meron siyang tremors. Diba? Tapos, yung hips niya naka-flex. Kaya ngayon nangyayari sa kanya, shuffling, short. So, mahirap siya. Slow lang yung pag-move nung, yung paghakbang-hakbang nung pasyente natin. Kasi ayan yung pill rolling, so para siya may hinahawakan. Okay? So, that's for motor symptoms or motor manifestation. Pagdating naman sa non-motor, so eto yung may kinalaman sa function or sa thinking ng pasyente. So, we have your cognitive impairment. So, patient may have dementia. Diba? Nakakalimot-kalimot na. Diba? Depression and anxiety. Yan. So, para siyang laging stress. Para lagi siyang malungkot. Yan. So, sleep disturbances. Hirap matulog na yung pasyente. And mga autonomic dysfunctions. Sabi sabihin, mga involuntary movements na si patient. So, yan yung pinagkaiba. So, yan po yung mga manifestation. Pero, pinaka-unang nakikita kasi dyan kadalasan is motor symptoms pagdating sa Parkinson's disease. Okay, sabi natin, yung Parkinson's disease is typically progresses slowly and can classified into several stages. So, we have 5 stages. So, first stage, sabi is, typical symptoms are mild and affect only one side of the body. So, yung kalahating part pa lang naman ng katawan niya, yung mga may abnormal movements. May mga tremors. Okay, stage 2, symptoms worsen and affect both sides. And ano daw, meron pa siyang okay pa yung balance niya. So, ibig sabihin, tremor pa lang yung meron kay patient. May muscle rigidity pa lang din kay patient. Okay, stage 3 naman, balance become impaired. That's why, ano daw, fall become more frequent. So, nabubuwal na lang bigla yung pasyente. Kasi nga, yung balance niya, doon na siya may problema. Okay, well, stage 4, the patient requires assistance with daily activities and may unable to live independently. So, ito yung kailangan ng alagaan. Kasi nga, hindi na siya makatayo, hindi baso ng tubig, nahirapan na siyang hawakan. Diba? And, stage 5, the patient becomes wheelchair-bound or bedridden na siya and may experience severe cognitive decline. So, eto na yung nagsama na yung dementia, hindi na makatayo yung pasyente, nakakalimot na siya lahat. So, yan po yung nangyayari sa Parkinson's disease natin. Okay, may question po ba? May clarification? Malinaw po ba tayo pagdating sa Parkinson's disease? Malinaw. Okay. So, ano ba yung mga ginagawa para ma-diagnose yung Parkinson's disease natin? So, we can do yung neuroimaging. So, MRI or CT scan can be done, sabi, done to rule out other condition with similar symptoms. Diba? Yung parang may stroke or may brain tumor. Pero dito, meron din tayo na dopamine transporter scan. So, specialized imaging used to assess yung dopamine activity dun sa brain natin. So, kaya yung parang kung nag-glow ba siya, may movement ba meron bang activation ng dopamine when it comes dun sa CT scan ni patient, di ba? Kung yung pag-move ni patient natin. Okay? So, paano ba ginagamot ang Parkinson's disease? So, the problem, sabi natin, di ba, yung dopamine. So, that's why, yung patient is binibigyan ng mga gamot. Like, for example, your levodopa. So, it helps replenish your dopamine and it is often combined with carbidopa to reduce yung side effect. Diba? So, yung dopamine, so para tumaas yung dopamine, mabawasan yung tremor ni patient. Okay? We can also give your dopamine antagonist. Dopamine agonist, sabi, yan mga, this mimic dopamine in the brain and use alone or in combination with levodopa. So, pwedeng sabay sila, combination. Yan yung mga binibigay. So, we also have your MAOI-B inhibitors. This helps prevent yung breakdown ng dopamine naman. Diba? Kasi nga, diba sabi nga natin, sa Parkinson's, dopamine yung affected. That's why, kaya binibigyan po ng mga, kumbaga, ipapalitan or kailangan magkaroon ng production ng dopamine ulit si patient. Okay? So, COMT inhibitors. So, this prolong the effects of your levodopa. Okay? Anticholinergic. So, these are sometimes used to treat yung tremors. So, anticholinergic drugs, so siya nakakatulong to reduce yung rigidity and sometimes yung tremors din ni patient natin. Okay, well, amantadine, an antiviral medication that can help with motor symptoms and yung dyskinesia, yung involuntary or uncontrolled movement ng patient natin. So, yan po yung mga ginagamot kay patient. Okay? So, nowadays, meron din tayo mga surgical procedures. Ano yung mga surgical procedures na yan? So, they can do yung deep brain stimulation, a procedure in which electrodes are implanted in the brain to stimulate areas involved in movement, helping control yung symptoms. Diba? So, parang may magsisend ng signal. Diba? Parang sa heart, diba? Yung pacemaker, para tumibok yung puso. So, ito naman, ginalagay siya para mag-stimulate yung mismong brain ni patient natin. Okay, we also have your pallidotomy or thalamotomy. So, surgical procedure that can help reduce yung tremors and rigidity in some patient. Yan. Pero hindi yan 100% na gumagana. So, yan po yung mga pwedeng treatment or surgical procedure for patient. Okay, so as a nurse, ano yung mga kailangan natin gawin or natandaan? Diba? So, nursing assessment. So, syempre, neurologic assessment using yung TRAP. Diba? Yung tremors, yung rigidity, akinesia, bradykinesia, yung posture ni patient. Okay? So, we can also do your cognitive and emotional assessment. Diba? Kamusta ba yung pasyente? How patient cope dun sa situation? Diba? Kamusta ba yung nagiging ulyanin ba yung pasyente? Or okay pa din ba yung mental status ng patient natin? Okay? So, motor function. So, in motor function, so, ginawa po yung Unified Parkinson's Rating Scale. So, ito po yan yung nasa right side na yan, itong table na yan. So, tanong dyan, kamusta yung pasyente? Titingnan mo yung may mga movement, yung speech ni patient, di ba? Okay pa ba yung magsalita? Ayan. So, assess kung nasa, fall risk, nabubuwal ba yung pasyente natin. And ayan, yung mga autonomic functions ni patient, kasama po yun kasama sa mga ina-assess natin. Okay, so when it comes to nursing interventions, ano ba yung mga tatandaan pagdating dyan sa mga binibigay kay patient? So sabi natin, in medication management, we need to ensure patient adheres to their prescribed medication. So, okay, kailangan na inom niya sa tamang oras, di ba? Monitor the side effect, di ba? Nabawala ba yung mga movements or nagkakaroon pa ng increase lalo ng movement? So, educate on proper timing. So, ibig sabihin, dapat po same time lagi yan iniinom. Diba? So, kaya dapat tayo mismo, pag nag-i-instruct dyan, malinaw yung instruction kay patient. Okay, in terms of safety, sabi natin, modify the environment to reduce the fall risk. So, paano yun? Siyempre, kailangan tanggalin yung mga makakalat, yung mga obstruction. So, dapat malinis lagi yung mga daanan. Ano pa daw, di ba? Well lit. Ibig sabihin, liwanag yung nadaanan. And dapat familiar si patient dun sa place na kanyang nilalakaran. Okay, we can refer patient to physical therapy. So, sabi natin, collaborate with physical therapy to improve mobility, posture, and reduce yung stiffness o yung paninigas ng mga muscle ni patient natin. Okay, also, pwede rin po sa speech therapy, if speech or swallowing difficulties are present, refer speech therapy to improve yung communication and para ma-prevent natin yung aspiration. So, pag sinabing aspiration, syempre dapat, ano yung mga papakain kay patient? Bawal na sa kanya yung matitigas. Diba? Dapat yung mga soft, tas madadali lang lunukin. Okay? Pero, sabi, in nutritional support, encourage balanced diet, high in fiber. Bakit kailangan high in fiber? Kasi nagko-constipate din yung pasyente kapag may Parkinson's. That's why, very important na high fiber tapos well-hydrated din yung pasyente para ma-prevent yung constipation. And sabi nga, swallowing assessment is kung kinakailangan para ma-sure tayo na hindi magkakaroon ng aspiration yung patient natin. Okay, mental health support, provide emotional support, encourage use of mental health resources to manage depression and anxiety. So, we can refer din po yan sa mga neuropsychologists natin. So, yan po, ganyan ginagawa sa mga may Parkinson's disease. Alright, may question po ba sa Parkinson's disease? Malinaw? Ayan, thank you. Malinaw po sa dalawang estudyante. Naging 3-4 na estudyante. Okay, sige. So, walang question sa Parkinson's. Let's move with your multiple sclerosis or MS. Ayan. So, si multiple sclerosis naman, ano na daw sa kanya? A chronic, progressive, and often unpredictable autoimmune disease of the central nervous system characterized by degeneration of the myelin sheath and it affects predominantly 20 to 40 years old na female. So, ibig sabihin, autoimmune. Ano daw yung nangyari pag sinabi nating autoimmune? So, ibig sabihin, your immune system attacks the myelin sheath. So, that's why, nasisira. Ano ba yung trabaho ng myelin sheath? Diba? Yung myelin sheath, kumbaga siya yung daanan, diba? Para ma-send yung signal, diba? From nervous system going to your parts of the body. So, ibig sabihin, nasisira yung myelin sheath na iyaan. Diba? The autoimmune, diba? Sabihin, yung sariling immune system niya yung sumisira. And then, once nagsira siya, nagsimula yung process na yan, magkakaroon ng mga lesion and plaques. Ibig sabihin, nagkakaroon ng mga sira dun sa myelin sheath. Eh, ano mangyayari kung nasisira yan? Diba? Nagsisira, nagkakaroon ng demyelination and autonomous injury. So, ibig sabihin, yung signal ng neuron is delayed ngayon yung pagdaan ng signal. Kumbaga, ang nangyayari, yung, halimbawa, kung sa dadaanan mo kalsada, diba, imbes na mabilis ka makakadaan dahil lubak-lubak, sira-sira yung daan, mabagal ngayon yung dating mo, mabagal yung daan mo. So, ganun din po nangyari dito. So, ibig sabihin, mabagal yung send ng signal, so, late ngayon yung response. Diba? So, there are different types of multiple sclerosis. Diba? Meron tayong relapsing, remitting, or MS, or RRMS. So, most common form occurring approximately 85% of the cases. So, ano yan? Characterized of period of exacerbation or relapses followed by period of partial or complete recovery. So, ibig sabihin, magkakatake tapos okay ulit yung pasyente. Diba? So, relapse are caused by new areas of inflammation and demyelination. So, ibig sabihin, nangyayari yan kasi okay na ulit, pero yung other part naman ng myelin sheath nasira ulit. So, ganun yung nangyayari. So, relapse, remitting. Gagaling, babalik. Babalik-balik siya. Okay? So, pag secondary naman, primary muna. Primary progressive multiple sclerosis affects about 10 to 15% of individuals with MS characterized by gradual and continuous worsening of symptoms without distinct relapse or remission. So, sa kanya naman, continuous gradual. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya nag-i-improve. Pa-worse ng pa-worse, unti-unti yung pasyente natin. So, typically, begins in the later in life at the age of 40. And sabi, progresses more slowly. So, unti-unti. Diba? So, dito, sa relapsing remitting, mawala, babalik. Dito, unti-unti, nagpa-progress yung disease. Okay? Pag secondary progressive multiple sclerosis naman, initially begins at relapsing remitting MS, but over the time, progresses and relapses become less distinct. Ibig sabihin, una, ganito mo siya, relapse remitting. Pero habang tumatagal, hindi na. Nawawala. So, ibig sabihin, secondary progressive. So, this is worsened steadily, open with few periods of remission na sa kanya. Okay? And yung last naman is your progressive relapsing MS or multiple sclerosis. A rare form of multiple sclerosis that combines features of both progressive and relapsing. So, ibig sabihin, pinagsasama niya yung mga characteristic na yan. So, progressive course with occasional acute relapse. So, konting nag-i-improve, tapos babalik ulit sa malala. Ganun yung nangyayari kay patient natin. Okay, malinaw po sa types? Okay, sige. So, ano nga ba yung makikita natin na sintomas sa pasyente na mayroong mga multiple sclerosis? Sabi natin, highly variable. It depends. O makikita natin siya. So, motor symptoms. There will be weakness in the limbs. So, ibig sabihin, nanghihina yung lower extremities ni patient, which later on, it will lead to paralysis. So, ibig sabihin, pwedeng ma-paralyze. Diba? Nagkakaroon doon, spasticity or yung muscle stiffness and spasm. And then, nagkakaroon ng ataxia or lack of coordination in balance. Ibig sabihin, sa lower extremity siya nagsisimula yung naapektuhan kay patient natin. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, may balance problem din. Ibig sabihin nga, napaparalyze yung lower extremities or yung limbs ni patient. Okay? Sensory symptoms naman. There will be numbness or tingling sensation often in the face, hands, or feet. So, parang may namamanhid na may tumutusok-tusok. Okay, so pain could be neuropathic pain, which can be burning, stabbing, or aching. So parang ngayon may mga tumutusok sa kanya. Then, visual disturbances. Pwede rin po. Ibig sabihin, pwedeng nagbe-blurred yung vision ni patient, or pwedeng nagdi-diplopia or double vision, or nagkakaroon ng optic neuritis, namamaga na yung optic nerve ni patient. Ibig sabihin, kaya masakit yung mata niya, tapos nawawala na siya ng paningin. Okay, cognitive symptoms, memory problem and difficult concentrating. So, ibig sabihin, cognitive slowing. So, ibig sabihin, yung understanding niya mabagal na. Diba? Yung, thought process, diba, mabagal. Diba? Kaya dapat, pag magbibigay instruction dyan, dahan-dahan. So, we need to make sure na naiintindihan ng pasyente. Okay autonomic symptoms, bladder dysfunctions. So, ibig sabihin, yung urgency or frequency or retention. So, pwedeng nagkakaroon ng nagkakaroon ng problem with dun sa pag-empty ng bladder ni patient. Okay? Same goes with the bowel. So, it's either nagko-constipate or hindi niya nakokontrol yung pagpupo ng pasyente. Okay? Pagdating naman sa sexual dysfunction, impotence naman or wala nang libido, wala na yung libog ni patient. Ayan. So, may question po. Ano yung question? Kung same ba yung MS saka ALS ba? ACLS? ACL. Tama ba? Sir, related po ba yung MS sa ALS? Same po kasi halos ng same. hindi sila related. So later on, sa next topic natin, I will be discussing ano ba yung ALS. Okay, so hindi sila, masandaan yung MS, degenerative disease. So yung ALS may other, halos magkamukha sila talaga nga ng symptoms, tama ka doon. Pero meron silang pinagkaiba when it comes to saan siya nakukuha. Kung paano na kukuha yan. So next week, yun po yung topic natin, yung ALS. Ayan, very good. So kasama po yun sa topic natin. Okay, may other question pa? Wala na? Okay, so continue. Sabi natin, fatigue. So one of the most common and disabling symptoms of MS often exacerbated by heat or stress. O yan yung out of phenomenon. So ibig sabihin, sobrang na lang siya naiinit, na-stress na lang siya lagi. Diba? Okay, ano pa daw? Mood and emotional symptoms. So, depression and anxiety are common due to both the physical changes and neurologic effects of MS natin. So, pseudo-bulbar affect. So, ibig sabihin, involuntary laughing or crying. Bigla na lang umiiyak, kaya bigla na lang umingiti yung pasyente. Yan. Kasi nga, yung nadidepress siya. So, ibig sabihin, hindi niya na minsan naiintindihan kung ano yung nangyayari sa kanya. Okay, so yan po yung mga clinical signs and symptoms ng patient na mayroong multiple sclerosis. So, how is it diagnosed? Through MRI, which is the gold standard for multiple sclerosis. Lumbar puncture, diba? To check yung cerebrospinal fluid, diba? We can also do yung ENVO potential. So, measure the electrical activity of the brain in response to sensory stimuli and can detect abnormalities in the nerve conduction. So, yung daan ng mga signal dun sa nerves natin. Or McDonald criteria, a set of diagnostic criteria that incorporates clinical, MRI, and CSF. So, ibig sabihin, pag McDonald criteria, yung signs and symptoms ni patient, i-correlate dun sa mga result ng MRI and CSF analysis natin. Alright, so, treatment. So, pharmacologic treatment. So, disease-modifying therapies. So, aim to reduce the frequency and sensitivity of relapse and slow disease progression. So, ibig sabihin, para hindi umulit or bumagal yung pag-progress ng disease, yun yung binibigay sa kanya. So, ano yung mga binibigay? We can give your interferons, your glatiramer acetate, and your oral agents like your pingolimod. So, yun yung mga binibigay sa kanya. Okay? So, para maayos yung, di ba kasi nga, autoimmune siya. Okay? So, pwede din po yung mga corticosteroids, di ba? Kasi, di ba si corticosteroids is anti-inflammatory drugs. So, it used to manage acute relapse by reducing yung inflammation mismo dun sa myelin sheath para at least kasi nagmamagayan, di ba? So, lalong naapektuhan yung pag-transmit ng signal. So, sample natin yan is yung mga methylprednisolone, yan yung mga binibigay sa kanya. So, other management, so, symptom management. So, ibig sabihin, kung ano yung lumalabas sa sintomas kay patient, yun yung ititreat. So, kaya medication for specific symptoms. For example, baclofen. So, for muscle, spasticity, paninigas. Kasi, di ba, si baclofen is muscle relaxant. Di ba? Modafinil for fatigue or anticholinergics naman, di ba, kung naghihirapan sa mga bladder, yung bladder control ni patient. Ibig sabihin, kung ano symptoms, yun yung ititreat kay patient. Okay, non-pharmacologic treatment, so physical therapies, ayan, so helps po yan to muscle strengthening, improve yung conditions, and address yung mobility issues ni patient. So, kaya sinesend sa PT. Occupational therapy, so for adaptation to daily activities and recommendation for assistive devices. Diba? Kung kailangan na ba niya mag-walker, mag-cane, stretcher. Ano yun? Cane, walker, crutches. Pero most definitely hindi magka-crutches yan. So, cane or walker yung i-recommend kay patient. Yan. So, speech therapy for speech or swallowing difficulties. Psychosocial support for counseling, support group, and coping strategies to manage yung emotional aspect ng MS. Kasi diba sabi natin may emotional problem. So, kaya nire-refer din natin yan. So, sa mga group or sa mga yung sa mga psychologists natin. Okay, and pa lifestyle modification. So, encourage stress reduction technique. So, a balanced diet, regular exercise. Recommend heat intolerance management. So, ibig sabihin, kasi nga lagi siya nainitan, so ano gagawin? So, cooling devices, di ba? O, bigyan mo ng Jisoo Life, di ba? O, di ba? Sa malalamig siya dapat. Avoid yung mga hot showers. So, hindi na siya pwede yan. Fatigue management strategies, di ba? Para hindi siya agad napapagod. Kaya dapat ma-modify yung lifestyle ni patient. Okay, so assessment, neurologic assessment. So we need to do regular assessment of motor, sensory, and cognitive function ni patient. Dapat lagi nagpapacheck yan. So fatigue, ask patient about their level of fatigue, triggers, and impact of daily activities. So kailan ba siya napapagod? Ano ba yung nakakapagod para sa kanya? Diba? Fall risk. So multiple sclerosis patient are at high risk for falls due to balance issues din and weakness dun sa lower sa mga limbs niya. Diba? So kaya kasama yan sa sinecheck. So bladder and bowel function, so monitor symptoms of incontinence or constipation. Diba? Kung nakokontrol o hindi niya nakokontrol, pag or hindi lumalabas. Okay, assess for patient ability to manage yung mga issue na yan kung kaya ba niya. So, mental health, so assess for depression, anxiety, or cognitive changes. So, we should know kung kailangan siyang i-refer sa psychologist. Okay, so intervention, so administer and monitor medications, diba, yung mga corticosteroid for relapse, disease-modifying therapies for long-term disease management. Ayan. Provide non-pharmacologic intervention for pain management, diba? We can refer nga sa physical therapies or yung mga relaxation techniques, diba? So, assist with mobility and coordination through physical and occupational therapy. Okay, ano pa daw? Prevent complications. So, implement fall precaution and assistive device. Diba? So, tama ba? Nag-dem na po ng assistive devices, cane walker, crutches. Yan. So, kung paano ginagamit. Diba? So, promote safe bladder and bowel management. Diba? Yan. Schedule of voiding. Pwede po yan. So, medication for constipation. So, pwedeng bigyan ng mga lactulose, ayan, para lumambot yung pupo ni patient kung nagko-constipate. So, ano pa daw? High fiber, tsaka hydration ang kailangan dyan. So, regular exercise to manage bowel and bladder symptoms o yung pwede din po yung Kegel's exercise for patient natin. Okay, may question po ba sa multiple sclerosis or sa MS? All good? Sure? Sure. Sige. So, let's now move your myasthenia gravis. So, ano man yung meron kay myasthenia gravis? Sabi, autoimmune neuromuscular disorder characterized by weakness and fatigue of the voluntary muscles. O, muscles naman. So, the hallmark figure of myasthenia gravis is defect in neuromuscular transmission. However, the body's immune system attacks the acetylcholine receptors of the muscle cells, leading to impaired communication between the nerves and the muscle. So, ibig sabihin, di ba, yung pagsasend ng signal dun sa cell and muscle natin, yun yung naaapektuhan. Di ba? So, as a result, patient with myasthenia gravis experience muscle weakness that worsen with activity and improves with rest. So, pag gumagawa, kumikilos siya, doon mismo nagkakaroon ng nagbo-worse. Pero pag ni-rest, nag-i-improve yung patient natin. Wait lang po. Sorry. Patay kasi yung electric fan. Okay. So, Pato Michelle, sabi natin, autoimmune attack. Sabi, production of antibodies against your acetylcholine receptors at the neuromuscular junction. So, ibig sabihin, doon niya ngayon sinaatake, doon sinisira yan. Then, there will be now thymus gland dysfunction, which play a role in production of antibodies that attack yung acetylcholine. So, tandaan, autoimmune. So, ibig sabihin, yung sarili niyang immune system yung sumisira dun sa mga neuromuscular junctions na yan. That's why, lumalabas ngayon yung mga symptoms kay patient. Ano yung mga manifestation na makikita? Meron ulit, muscle weakness. So, weakness in the voluntary muscle, particularly yung eye movements ni patient. Kaya kanina pa yan yung mga ganyan. Di ba? Yung facial expression, swallowing, speaking, and breathing. So, apektado yan kay patient natin. Okay, so ptosis. There will be drooping of the eyelid. So, bumabagsak yung isang mata o pwedeng both eyes ni patient. So, parang nakapikit yung pasyente. Well, one is the earliest sign of myasthenia gravis, especially in the evening or after prolonged activity. Diba? Yun na nangyayari sa kanya. Pagpagod. Diba? Sabi natin, nag-worsen symptoms kapag pagod yung pasyente or pagkatapos yan ng mga activities. Diba? So, there will also be diplopia or double vision caused by weakness of the extraocular muscle that controls the eye movement. Di ba? Anong nerve nga doon? Oculomotor nerve, yung cranial number 3. Di ba? So, ibig sabihin, yung eye movement affected din. That's why, ayun parang blur, dadalawa yung tingin niya. So, ayan ilan yan? Sabi mo, ilan to? 8. Pero, in reality, 4 lang yan. Di ba? But now, difficult swallowing or dysphagia. So, weakness in the muscle required for swallowing which can lead to choking or aspiration sa pasyente natin. So, difficult in speaking or dysarthria, weakness in the muscle of the face and throat leading to slurred or nasal speech. So, nabubulol-bulol na yung pasyente natin. Diba? So, parang na-stroke, no? So, respiratory weakness. So, in severe cases, weakness of the diaphragm and intercostal muscle can lead to respiratory failure. Ito na yung tinatawag na myasthenic crisis. Ibig sabihin, yung breathing niya is affected. So, kaya kailangan ma-intubate yung patient. Kasi hindi siya hihinga. Okay, fatigue. So, marked muscle fatigue that improves with rest. So, ibig sabihin, lahat parang hinang-hina lahat ng muscle niya. Pero pag nagpaghihinga, nag-i-improve na yung patient. Okay, so types of myasthenia gravis. So, we have your generalized myasthenia gravis, the most common form of MG, characterized by widespread muscle weakness that affects various parts of the body, including the limbs, the trunk, and respiratory muscles. Sabi sabihin, mas malaki yung apektado sa kanya. Ocular MG naman, more localized form. So, ibig sabihin, saan lang siya? From the name itself. So, nandun siya nakapokus sa control eye movements. So, most common symptoms is yung mga ptosis and diplopia. So, pag generalize, iba kasama yung katawan ni patient. Ocular, so, mata ang apektado. So, how is it diagnosed? So, meron tayong repetitive nerve stimulation test. So, yung titingnan kung nagsisend ba ng signal. Ayan, may kinakabit na mga electrodes kay patient. Ayan, single fiber electromyography. Ayan, so it's the confirmatory test for myasthenia gravis. We have your acetylcholine receptor antibody test. Okay, so anti-mass specific kinase antibody test. Or ang pinakasikat dati pa nung unang kadalasan ginagamit dyan pagdating sa myasthenia gravis yung endothorium or tensilon test. So ano naman yung ginagawa dyan? So sa tensilon test, may minibigay yan para ginagawa siya to diagnose yung yung myasthenia gravis. So bibigyan si patient nung anticholinesterase i-inject dun sa pasyente. Then after 30 minutes, kapag walang improvement, 30 minutes, after 30 seconds, so bibigyan pa ulit siya ng another dose. So kung tama yung tanda ko dyan, first dose is 2 mg, tapos kapag after 30 seconds, bibigyan ulit ng 88 mg, titingnan ngayon sa pasyente. Pag nagkaroon ng muscle strength, bawa, improve yung ptosis, yung pag-drop ng eye niya within 1 minute na weakness, then bumalik ulit bumagsak ulit after 5 to 30 minutes, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, ano daw yung positive yung patient. Pero pag no improvement, iba yung iba yung i-check dun kay patient. So, yan po yung sine-check dyan sa pasyente. So, yun po nagkakaroon ng improvement sa pagbinibigay ng gamot dyan sa tensilon. So, chest CT scan for muscle, so sa diaphragm ni patient kung nagkakaroon ng weakness. Okay, pharmacologic treatment. So, acetylcholinesterase inhibitors. So these drugs increase the amount of acetylcholine at the neuromuscular junction, so para mag-improve yung muscle strength. Kasi di ba nga, nagkakaroon ng muscle weakness. So immunosuppressive therapy, kasi di ba sabi nga natin, autoimmune. So that's why we can give you mga corticosteroids din for the inflammation. Azathioprine can reduce yung production ng mga antibodies na umaatake dun sa mismo mga acetylcholine receptors natin. Okay, so we can also do plasmapheresis or intravenous immunoglobulin. So this is used for cases of severe exacerbation of or myasthenia crisis. So this therapies helps remove yung mga harmful antibodies dun sa pasyente, which is diba dun sa blood niya, kasi nga diba inaatake. Okay? Or pwede po yung thymectomy, so removal of the thymus gland, particularly patient with thymoma or thymic hyperplasia can lead to long-term improvement for some patient. Kasi di ba yung sa thymus doon yung nagpipresent ng mga antibodies natin. So kaya tatanggalin na lang siya. So non-pharmacologic treatment, so thymectomy nga, so surgical removal of thymus. Yan. So physical and occupational therapy. Yan. So for the patient, speech and swallowing therapy, so management of myasthenic crisis. So a life-threatening emergency characterized by respiratory failure due to muscle weakness. So kung nahirapan huminga, ano gagawin? Diba? If a ventilator, i-intubate yung patient natin. Ayan. So, neurologic assessment, so regular assessment of the muscle strength, including yung respiratory muscle, facial muscles, and ocular muscles ni patient. Okay, respiratory function. So, monitor for signs of respiratory distress. Diba? Kung nahihirapan huminga, nagtatakip nyo ba yung pasyente, or ginagamit ba niya yung accessory muscle for breathing ni patient. So, ensure that respiratory support is available in case of myasthenic crisis. Ibig sabihin, naka-ready yung pang-intubate, naka-ready yung mechanical ventilator kapag biglang umatake na hindi makahinga yung pasyente natin. Okay, slow, swallow and speech. So, assess difficulty swallowing and speaking. So, refer natin yan sa speech therapy, diba? Para ma-evaluate kung paano ma-i-improve yung patient natin. So, fatigue and activity intolerance. So, assess signs of fatigue and adjust care plans to incorporate yung mga rest periods and avoid yung mga over-exertion ni patient. That's why, di ba, kasi nga, di ba, pag napapagod siya, pag mas madami yung activity niya, mas lalo umaatake. So, di ba, kailangan niya ng rest period para nag-i-improve. So, kaya dapat, in between sa mga activities, merong rest period si patient natin. So, nursing intervention, administer medication. So, ensure proper administration of acetylcholinesterase inhibitors and immunosuppressive drugs as prescribed. Educate yung patient natin kung gaano ba ka-importante yung pag-inom ng gamot. And siyempre, kailangan alam nila yung mga exacerbation or yung pagmamanage ng mga fatigue na yan. So, safety measures, yan, provide assistance with mobility and prevent yung mga falls. So, ibig sabihin, dapat may nag-a-assist sa kanya. Diba? Lalo na kung nahihirapan na siya mag-balance, diba? Yung pasyente natin pag may muscle weakness. Okay, support breathing. So, monitor signs of respiratory weakness and collaborate with the healthcare team to provide respiratory support if necessary kung kinakailangan. So, kailangan ma-intubate. So, encourage frequent meals, soft foods to prevent choking, and assess for signs of aspiration, implement yung mga precautions. So, titingnan nyo, magkakamukha lang naman din sila ng nursing intervention natin. So, ang mahalaga sa nursing intervention is on how we instruct yung patient sa pag-inom ng gamot. Diba, yung safety measures para ma-prevent yung fall, may prevent injury dun sa pasyente. Kasi nga, lahat ng discuss natin, di ba, may process sa coordination, may weakness, so yan po yung mga kailangan natin i-prioritize. Okay, may question po ba? May clarification? Malinaw? Okay, so para mas madali maintindihan, or kung gusto nyo mas mabilis, ito po yung differentiation or table natin that could help us para mas maintindihan natin yung tatlong sakit na yan. So, pag sinabi natin Parkinson's disease, neurodegenerative disease. Diba? Kaya sa brain siya nagsimula. Multiple sclerosis, autoimmune, same with with myasthenia gravis. Pero ang pinagkaiba na lang dalawa, ito, CNS demyelination doon sa myelin sheath. Ito naman, neuromuscular junction, yung problem. Ayan, no? Basal ganglia, myelin sheath, neuromuscular junction. Okay? Cause. So, Parkinson's, loss of dopamine. Okay? Multiple sclerosis, attack on the myelin sheath. Myasthenia gravis, attack antibodies at DAC yung acetylcholine receptor natin. Okay? So, key symptoms. Tremor, rigidity, trap. Tandaan yung trap. Mali ako nasulat dito. Trap. Tremor, rigidity, akinesia, bradykinesia, and yung posture ni patient. Diba? So, multiple sclerosis, weakness, visual, sensory, and spasticity. Okay? Sa myasthenia gravis, weakness worsen kapag ginagamit. So, meron din tong ocular. Pero, di ba, sabi nga, tandaan lang, pag ginagamit, lalo nagkakaroon ng weakness. Kasi nga, di ba, rest para mag-improve. Okay? Course, gradual, progressive. Ito, pwedeng relapsing, remitting, or progressive din, di ba? Kasi may acute pa nga tayo, tsaka chronic. Ito, fluctuating. So, fatigue-related naman. So, treatment. So, dopamine replacement, di ba? Levodopa. Immunosuppression. Di ba? So, kaya may mga immunoglobulin, tsaka tawag ito, corticosteroid. So, same. Improve yung acetylcholine transaminase. So, kaya may meron din tong corticosteroids para mas madali. Di ba? Mas madali siyang intindihin. Okay, may question po ba? Clarification? All good? Sure? Sure tayo? Sure. So, kung wala na pong question, kamsahamnida. So, thank you for listening.